Hey guys, Panada here. Today I am doing a card request. That card being Taloc the Vessel. Basically, he's a 3 mana minion Slither minion that has 250 health, does a decent amount of DPS honestly, but for 3 mana he's kind of underwhelming. But the trick is with him, if the target he is attacking is poisoned, he does double damage. So basically, that target's poisoned, he will do 120 damage per hit to them. So yeah, to make him work efficiently, you want someone to be poisoned, so you want to have some poison in your deck. And I tried to kind of make this deck kind of poison friendly. It turned out to be mostly Slither because I wanted to make use of the sacrifice mechanic, because I guess that's another thing with him. I forgot to mention, he counts as a Slither bound when performing sacrifices. So if you sacrifice something, he counts as one of those, but he doesn't die like the Slither bound do, which is also a cool little mechanic from him. So like, if you have just one Slither bound out on the arena and then Taloc, you can trigger the Rabid Prowler's sacrifice mechanic, and Taloc will obviously stay alive, whereas only one of the Slither bound will die, which is kind of cool. So the deck, I got Grenadier, Slitherbound, Crystal Archers, Hypnotize, Snake Druid, Taloc, Chain Lightning for a little bit of clear stuns. Musketeer is a good card, Rabid Prowler for the sacrifice mechanic, and Akenlep for lots of poison. Yeah, so the poison I have in this deck is really only Akenlep and Slitherbound, plus the Slitherbind mechanic that has on Musketeer, Snake Druid, and Hypnotize. But yeah, we'll get into it. The games were okay. I'm not really a good Slither player. I used APEP for this deck. I won, I think, 3 or 4. I lost 2. I'll show all 3 wins, and then I'll show maybe 2 of the losses, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. So I decided I'm going to do win, loss, win, loss, win. So I'll do 5 games in that order. First game against Vidi1337. I think he was a mid-masters player. He was also running a very heavy Slither deck, so it was kind of like a Slither off. And it honestly went pretty good. He's just starting off, wants to get bridge control back. One thing Slither kind of struggles with is getting bridge control. Definitely not the best at that. So as you can see, he has Impatient Statue. It has haste. I'm able to take care of his first push there. Fortunately, I don't have any poison out on the map at the moment for Taloc here. But we're able to take care of the Impatient Statue nonetheless because of Snake Druid. There's his play of the Idol of Sacrifice. He does not have Wrecked back at home, so my Cage Prowler does some decent damage here. I use Hypnotize to make the Herald kill the rest of his statue. And I get some poison on the guy. Just a little bit. He is revived. He has a Rabid Prowler coming at me. I do poison him pretty good here. And I use the Gong to finish him off. I put Taloc behind here, but what do you know, he's got Lash of Amun. Gonna do lots of damage to my push. Taloc just goes on face here, which isn't a big deal, but Akenlep does 100 damage per hit to the tower when he actually gets on face, which is a really respectable amount. I got Boomer from my free perk, my perk 1, which is nice. He's got another Herald Amun coming. He's gonna get a revive off, so... Oh, no he doesn't actually. I thought he did. So the idol does not sacrifice or activate again, and look at all that Slither bound right there. See, their Taloc just chunked my Taloc because mine was poisoned. I am ahead by a decent amount of XP. There's his impatient statue again. I think I just hypnotized there to get the Slither bound mechanic off. There was no real purpose to it because the statue only killed one little minion. I'm able to make a sacrifice there, got my Rabid Prowler off. Keep the bottom bridge with a Chain Lightning. Pretty good hypnotize there, in my opinion. Impatient Statue again. I really dislike Impatient Statue. It is a terrible card. It costs 6 mana for some reason, just because it has haste, but it auto-plays itself after a certain amount of time. Like, that sucks. That's a card you want to time and make pushes around, but it doesn't let you do that. He did get a sacrifice off there, so here comes his Idol of Sacrifice. Taloc actually gets some big hits in up top there. I actually got a rammer for perk 3, which is very unlucky for that guy. But yeah, that's the game. Slither versus Slither, and my Slither won. Pretty good game, honestly. I enjoyed it. We'll get right into the next one. Okay, this game, we are against Dana. Very strong player. Was Master 1 at the time. He is running a red Golem deck with Setsu. I just do a little quick bridge grab there because I got nothing else to play. Suppose I could have been a little more patient with this, but Scratillery to keep the bridge for him. Good play there. Not ideal, spending 6 mana on the Prowler. Especially since I didn't get the sacrifice off. Put the Spirit Vessel down below so it can go to my Musketeer when the Tranquil Monkey does kill him. Good play by Setsu there. Very awkward spot for me to be in. At this point, obviously, I don't know. He's got a red Golem. And there's the red Golem. Very healthy red Golem, because he's got a Shroom on him. And I do not have a lot to deal with this. I have literally nothing as far as like stuns or anything goes to like deal with a tanky Golem like this. No curse, no ranged, no good ranged at least. But yeah, he's got Daggerfall. He just kind of wins the game here. He smacked me in that one. GG's to him. Okay, Corky. He was, I think, at the time of this game, number 7 on the solo leaderboard. So Corky is a very good player. He makes the leaderboard quite often. Just start off with my archers. Slowly push up. He used scrap pack, I got archers. He's got Jinglong. He's got Sapphire Pebbles. Sapphire Pebbles are really good. Like, really good. Every time I play Akenlep, I always forget how bad he is. Like, he just... Oh, the poison. He's just not very good. Like, he can do a lot in AoE with poison if, like, you give him a chance, I guess. But, yeah. He's dead. My musketeer did manage to grab the bottom bridge there. Oh, here's a point. So he's poisoned, and Taloc's gonna chunk that monkey. So there's a good example of Taloc getting some good damage value. I can just hear Palm screaming at me right now, telling me to play my free cards. But sometimes patience is a virtue. You don't always want to play your free cards immediately, because those scrats did some work there. Playing the Bayesian game. He puts his Marines up front. Luckily, Akenlep is there to take out 3 of them. He's also got Howling Moon. A weird Chain Lightning in my opinion, but he does get some more damage off. He's winning in the HP battle. I'm winning slightly in the Mana Frenzy battle. As you can see, I have 2 Slitherbound down there and Taloc, but only 1 Slitherbound goes down when I make the sacrifice. And Taloc is chunking that battle, or Tranquil Shihu. He got some very good value there, and I think that's a good example of what he can do. I misplay that. I wanted the Elite Swarmer to tank, but I wanted to time it a bit better, but oh well. I have a lot of mana in my hand this game. Taloc is getting some value this game, definitely more so than the first one I played. I got a free Fire Imp. I just didn't have anything to sacrifice there for the Prowler, so I just used the Prowler. Tranquil living there is kind of frustrating. Luckily I have a Snake Druid. Snake Druid is amazing. I love the card. Monkey's on face, but Akenlep takes care of them. Now I got a Rabid Prowler. He's got Halloween Moon. Luckily the Prowler just chunks that werewolf. And I do steal a werewolf with a free ghost, which is very nice. Mana Chasers. Still ahead slightly on XP. Health is like basically even as well. The Taloc sacrifice comes through again there. But now I have to deal with a dragon. I do burn some mana here because I'm like, I don't know what to play. I have nowhere to play something. I think I ended up burning 2 whole mana there. I put Akenlip and some poison Slitherbound on the dragon. Then I put Taloc up top. The dragon honestly dies pretty fast. I am very low on health. Like, extremely low. He is caught up on XP, where he's a little ahead actually. But I am able to make a big counter push from his dragon at the right time for the Mana Frenzy push. And I do win the game here. Very close game, honestly. Could have gone either way, like I had barely any health left. We'll get into the next one. Okay, Apep Mirror versus Dark Snipers. Notorious player for playing the futures. He always has a very cheap future past and future present deck. It's as long as I've played Minion Master and he's been around, I don't think I've seen him play anything but random RNG decks. I sacrifice my Slither, make my Prowler go onto his... well, not quite to his face, I guess. Do quite a bit of damage there. Musketeer is great for backcapping against melee units. That was a waste of a Hypnotize. Kind of an awkward one. I'm pretty sure he got Huntress from one of his futures in that situation there. I am ahead by a decent amount of XP, but that's kind of how it goes versus someone running a future deck. Ghost Turret dies, gives this Elite Swarmer some spirit, but Musketeer's still more than capable of taking that out. Pretty good Chain Lightning there, took out 2 heal puffs, the Boomer, and basically killed the laser turret. I think he played something invisible down below, I forget. Akenlip is actually pretty good at taking out... yeah, he had a assassin there. Akenlip's really good at actually taking out air. Obviously not a snake druid, but... other air, I should say. Good Hypnotize there. I got his Boomer onto his Blood Imps. Still only about 15 XP ahead. Not an ideal number, especially now that his value is starting to crank it up a bit. So the tank is poisoned, and you can see Taloc does lots of damage to it. He is catching up on XP. Health is in his favor, honestly. His His deck is just so cheap, and the cycle is so fast, it's kind of hard to, like, manage everything he's got coming at you. The best way to beat it is to have, just a completely aggressive deck. Got my sacrifice off. XP is about tied now. He's got Brothers of Light from one of his futures. Hypnotize is okay on it, but definitely difficult to deal with. I got a Ghost for free. This is where his spam just kind of takes over the rest of the game, honestly. You saw earlier, he had 2 laser turrets out on the field. He's got 2 heal puffs down below. I am able to steal his Huntress, but, like, it doesn't really accomplish too much for me. He has a big XP lead now, especially for this point in the game. Definitely not a game where I was gonna win the Mana Frenzy battle, but this deck also doesn't really win it before Mana Frenzy, so it's really... I think it was a matchup I was kind of like screwed over from the start, but I did try nonetheless. Very well played by him. GG. And we'll get into the last game right away here, which is another win! Yay! So this game, well, I went against Corky earlier, but this game I'm against Croquito. I don't know, I just kind of tied the names together. They're kind of, similar, you know what I'm saying. It's a Volco. He gives me the good luck, have fun. What a nice guy. He's got Tranquil Monkey. He's got Shroom Puffs. He's got an Annihilator. Honestly, kind of glad he killed my Snake Druid before. Just because, I don't want to hold him on his side of the map any longer than he needs to be held there. Taloc did some good work there. I let the weaker monkey hit face first, because he'll get less damage off because he's going to die sooner, which is kind of like big brain, not going to lie. He's got a regular blue golem. He's got Jungle Jumble. This was a very odd point for him to play it. Also very unfortunate there, but luckily he kills my Snake Druid, so the golem there isn't hanging around for too long there. use poison, so Taloc chunking. Meanwhile, he's got a raged Tranquil Shihu on my face, but like, who cares? I kind of care, so I take care of that with the Prowler. And that's kind of the game. Almost. Misplay a bit there. I wanted to get them both with the Hypnotize, but to no avail. But yeah, he's very low on health. One little more push and he's dead. And I'm way ahead on XP. He does have a Stormy coming in behind, which is not really scary, but definitely annoying. As well as all those scrats in the air, but I do have the tools to deal with it this time. Yeah, this is kind of where the game ends. Well, I tried to make Taloc work. It's kind of an odd card to feature in a deck because, like, you don't want your gameplay to focus strictly around him because he's so niche and so situational, and I think that's why not many people use this guy. Like, when you do get use out of him, he's definitely, like, he can be strong. I know Cat is very good with him. He has a really good Slither deck that he just kind of tears apart the leaderboard with. But, you know what? I thought I'd give it a try. I hope you guys like the gameplay. Definitely wasn't the perfect deck, and I didn't play it perfectly because, again, I'm not a big Slither player. So, yeah, until the next one, we'll see you guys later.